That's part of the
The
ear.
cochlea.
It's the cochlea.
Okay.
Okay. So where's my ear model? So what happened here? So here we have a cochlea. Okay, you'll notice it's a snail shape. And when we uncurl it and slice it down the middle, we see this structure here. Okay, and there are a few structures that you need to be aware of in this area. We went over them just a minute ago. So let's see how we're doing. What is this one called here? Scala vestibuli, and here?
Scala
Tympani, and this one here? Scala media, you could call it that, or we also called it the cochlear duct. Great. Okay. What is this membrane right here called? Vestibular membrane. It's right next to the scala vestibuli. Okay. And this here, what is this called? Tectoral membrane. This is the vestibular membrane. This is the tectoral membrane. Okay. And here's the basilar membrane. The last thing you need to know is right here. This is the organ of Corti. Right here. Okay. Now you'll notice here that in here we have embedded our hair cells. You notice the little bristles sticking out right here? Does anyone have a pencil that I can use to point?
Yeah.
Right here. Okay. Okay, so see the bristles sticking out right here? Okay. The bristles are attached to hair cells in the organ of Corti, and the vibrations that's caused by the liquids passing through these very quickly means that these two membranes are going to be rubbing up against one another, okay, and that's going to excite the hair cells, which send the signal to the brain. Okay, so scala vestibuli, tympani, media or cochlear duct. This is the vestibular membrane. This is the tectoral membrane, basilar membrane, and here's the organ of Corti. Okay, that's what you need to know for this model. If we take a step back here, we can see the parts of the ear. It's going to be hard for me to show all of you, so I'm going to have to kind of pick it up. Okay, so here we have our ear. Okay, what is this called here?
External ear. External.
It's the canal. Okay, this is the external ear. This is called the, what is this called? The pinna or the auricle. This is the auricle. This is called the external canal. Okay. And when we get inside here, the first thing we see is that the sound waves coming through our ear then interact with this little guy right here. What is this? This first thing. It's the eardrum. Okay. So the eardrum is connected to the three inner ear ossicles. Okay. The one connected to the eardrum here is called the malleus, and then the next one located right here is called the incus, and the stirrup-shaped one is called the stapes. Okay, the stapes pushes up against the oval window, which then it interacts with the cochlea to hear sounds. Okay, so this spiral part here is the cochlea. Okay. And inside the other parts of the bony labyrinth, we have the three semicircular canals. This is anterior here. This is the anterior one. Okay. And here's the posterior. And the final one here is the lateral. Okay, so anterior, posterior, lateral. Okay. And what are these little rounded structures here called? Ampulla. Good. And what else are we missing? Here we see, oops, we'll just let that. Here we can see two different nerves coming out of the bony labyrinth. Here, this nerve is called the cochlear nerve. This nerve here is called the vestibular nerve. Okay, this one, the cochlear nerve, is attached to the cochlea. It's going to be transmitting sounds. The vestibular nerve is attached to the vestibular part of the bony labyrinth. That's going to be transmitting head position. Okay. So sounds, head position. What else am I missing? Inside here we have two different parts called the utricle and saccule. They're going to be inside here. In fact, let's see if we can. I'm going to grab another model or two.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. I'll get it for you guys.
Mail it, the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here again we can see the parts of the inner ear. Here's the utricle, here's the saccule, okay, here and here. Here we've taken this same structure, and what we've done is we've cut into it so you can see the two chambers, or the three chambers inside of it. So this would, one of these is going to be the scala tympani, the other is going to be the scala vestibuli, and the smallest one there is going to correspond to the smallest one right here. That's going to be the scala media. Okay. Here we can see a working version of the ear kind of laid out for us. All right. So what we've done here is we've taken this curled up structure in the cochlea, we've uncurled it, and we've made it into like a kind of a tube where we can see stuff happen. Okay. So what is this going to be here? The eardrum. The eardrum is going to vibrate, okay, which sends a signal to the first ear, ossicle called the malleus, and then the incus, and then and you can see here that the stapes is attached to the oval window. Do you see the oval window in there? Okay. So the oval window then is going to push into the cochlea that we've unraveled and made into a tube. And when we do that, we can see that there will be vibrations inside of this tube. Okay. You can see the little, the couple of parts inside here. There's a bright orange part there. That's the same as that's supposed to be the tectoral membrane, and the kind of the, what would you call that color? Brownish, reddish color there on the bottom there with the hair cells attached to it. That's going to be the basilar membrane. Okay. So when we vibrate this, we're going to see the tectoral membrane and the basilar membrane are going to vibrate against one another, and the little hairs that are sticking up are going to vibrate, sending signals to the ear. Okay? And once the oval window is pushed in, that means that the round window is going to be pushed out. So here we can see the round window. Do you see the round window where my finger is pointing? Okay? See it under there? That's the round window. Okay? So that's the ear stuff that I want you to know.
Question.
Yeah.
Which one is the utricle?
Which one is the?
What are these two? Which is which of the two?
Yes, both of them.
Which is one is utricle?
Oh, this is saccule and this is utricle. Saccule, utricle.
Can you turn here like that?
Saccule, utricle. Okay. The other stuff that I want to talk about is the stuff that we missed last time. So this is a picture. This is a model of what? A neuron, a nerve cell. Okay. Here, this is called the what? Cell body. Okay. There's a nucleus that is in there. This is the whole cell body. And if this were to go on here, this is the axon. These here are the dendrites. And what is this?
The synaptic bulb, something.
Yeah, this is a synapse. This is where the other axon is connecting to this cell body. So there's another nerve cell here that sends its axon and connects to this cell body here. So this you could call the synapse, and that would be fine, because that's what it is. It's the synapse, where the axon of one and the dendrite of the other meet. Okay? So then this is a blown up version of this axon here, and what you'll notice is that it's covered by these cells. Does anyone want to tell me what these are called? It's myelin sheath. It's caused by either, what are the two astrocytes that do this? Oligodendrocytes or Schwann cells, depending on whether you're in the central nervous system or the peripheral nervous system.